So today, President Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, pled guilty to lying to the FBI and has committed to fully cooperating with Mueller, with the Mueller probe into possible collusion in the 2016 election. Now, what is the response from the White House? Well, the Daily Beast has reported that Trump had actually learned about the charges today by watching various news reports. That's strange. I didn't think that they would talk about this on Fox News. To be fair, he probably watches CNN, even though that he probably, he denies it. CNN, how dare you? I don't watch CNN. I don't watch any of that stuff. No, I watch Fox News. Okay, maybe they did report it on Fox News. I don't know. It's not really important. Now, according to advisors and aides, when Trump found out, it was a shock, but not necessarily a surprise. So it turns out that President Trump had kind of figured that this was going to eventually happen. Now, the Daily Beast writes, for weeks, Trump has vented privately to advisors and confidants about his anxiety over signs that Flynn had flipped. He noted the possibility that Flynn had turned on me, 3 sources close to the president independently recall him saying. These sources had relayed details of these conversations to the Daily Beast over the course of the past week. Now, apparently, during these last few weeks, Trump had been become more and more likely that he was going to turn. Like, oh, Flynn, he's come. Like, he might turn on me. This is not good. I'm very, very upset. How dare he? They continue. The president, an avid and voracious consumer of Twitter and cable news, began privately fuming, according to an administration official and 2 outside allies of Trump. 2 of the 3 sources noted that it sounded at times as if Trump felt personally hurt by the prospect that somebody whom he admired professionally and liked personally had potentially turned. So, yeah, this is, like I said, this isn't some small-time staffer. This isn't George Papadopoulos, right? This is somebody who's very, very close, very ingrained in that inner circle. This is somebody that he kept trying to call. Like, let me call Mike Flynn. Let me call Mike Flynn. After he had to fire him over lying to Mike Pence about, well, the very thing that he lied to the FBI about. Meeting with Kislyak and what they talked about. Now, sources said that the President Trump's flourished in his Thanksgiving speech to members of the Coast Guard, during which he said, quote, "You never know about an ally can turn," was intended as a not-so-subtle jab at his former national security advisor. Well, that's definitely what that was. And look, now you can understand why President Trump feels very isolated and paranoid, okay? Now, here's the thing. If they suspected, which they did, then they would have taken steps to distance themselves, right? And that, of course, is the case. For one, the White House is now on the attack. White House lawyer Ty Cobb said in a statement earlier today, nothing about the guilty plea or the charge implicates anyone other than Mr. Flynn, referring to Flynn as, quote, a former Obama administration official. Do you see where they're going with this? Obama guy. Of course the former Obama guy betrayed Trump. No, not really betrayed Trump. Let me take that back. Of course that former Obama guy had conversations with the Russians. You know how those Obama people are. Had nothing to do with us. Absolutely nothing to do with us. Really? So what they're doing is that right now the White House strategy is to delegitimize him and paint him as someone who has a secret loyalty to President Trump's enemies. Oh, it's the deep state. And you know what? It's going to be actually pretty effective. Alex Jones crowd, and a lot of these, right-wingers who live in an alternate reality, they're going to see that and be like, oh, deep state. See, Flynn was a plant, a false flag. He was trying to get Trump in trouble with Russia by trying to get Trump close with Russia so that they could get him for collusion with Russia. Collusion, false flag. We got you. We see what you're doing, Obama. Now look, Did Flynn serve in the Obama administration? Yes, he did. That doesn't mean he's a big raging leftist. There was actually no reason that he would be working with Obama. And I can't believe I have to entertain this conspiracy theory, but no doubt it's going to come out. And you're going to have, you know, videos like, oh, about Flynn's secret Obama plans, all that stuff. No. See, here's the thing about Obama. You don't just put random right-wingers in your cabinet. That makes no sense. It's a stupid move, right? Especially since they have some pretty far-out positions serving in the administration. According to former intelligence and military colleagues, Flynn had acted erratically and was considered both a poor manager and someone who was just simply unreliable. So that's according to people who worked with him, okay? Now, Obama eventually did fire his ass, and that's when Flynn became unhinged. He started going after all Muslims, not just the Muslim extremists, which we should go after. We should go after and condemn Muslim extremists, of course, right? That do something wrong. But to go after innocent people, people that we want in allies, we want as allies in Middle Eastern countries that will actually help us fight against radical Islamic terrorism. No, let's go after those guys too. Real smart, okay? Now, what's ironic about this is that later on, he opened a consulting firm that ended up working for the Turkish government. Now, Turkey is a Muslim nation. Yes, at least before Erdogan, they were more of a secular nation, but with a Muslim majority. Under Erdogan, they actually went very fundamentalist religious right. So it's kind of weird that he allied with that government if he thinks Muslims are the problem. But anyway, weird, right? Not only that, but he, like I said, got paid by both the Russians and the Turks, and then decided to disclose those payments, he decided to not disclose those payments. And he's also well known as somebody who wanted closer ties with Russia. Look, I don't have a problem with having warmer ties with countries. I don't like the prospect of going to war or anything like that, but some of the things he did was slightly problematic. For example, he urged the military to expand a military-to-military communications channel designed to prevent mid-air conflict in Syria between Russian and American pilots. Now look, that's important to have, because that could have went very, very badly when we were doing both operations over Syria, when we had five different armies in Syria, all taking different sides and then flying sorties, and it could have turned into a furball. It could have been turned into a war. That's why I was against going there, right? That's why I was against going and doing bombing of Syria. Why were we doing that? We could instead be doing humanitarian aid. No. Our first answer, as always, as usual, is to drop more and more bombs on people. So, yeah, drop more bombs, create more terrorists. That's what we're doing, okay? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, right? Now, look, it's good that we set up that channel, because a mid-air conflict would have definitely led to a war with Russia. And again, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in any war, okay? And we're on different sides of the conflict. Of course, Russia very pro-Assad, and we were pro, I don't know who the fuck we were pro, really, pro-rebels. Well, who were the rebels? That was a problem. Some of those rebel groups were tied to Islamic extremists. So, damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's why you don't want to pick sides in that war. At least that's why I don't want to pick sides in that war and just deliver humanitarian aid to the people that are caught in the middle. But anyway, now, if you want to expand those communications and actually do more joint cooperation with the Russian military, well, see, there's a problem with that, and it's the fact that Congress had said, we don't want to do, we're going to pass a resolution to make sure that we don't actually work cooperatively with the Russian military. Well, that's a problem, right? Now, Flynn, as I said, tried to do that, tried to expand that, and he also tried to explore, or he tried to relax energy sanctions on Moscow in return for almost nothing. or absolutely nothing. So, of course, all that stuff made Flynn the perfect guy for Trump to order to reach out to the Russian government, because he was very close to both Trump and the Russian government and the Turkish government. Now, when Trump was forced to fire him, he was very, very upset, and he tweeted, "Mike Flynn should ask for immunity in that this is a witch hunt. Excuse for the big election loss by media and Dems of historic proportion." And up until a little while ago, a couple weeks, Trump was still on his side, but of course, that changed as soon as he started thinking, "Uh-oh, what if Trump? What if he's flipping on me? This could be bad." Obama guy. You know what? He was a plant, false flag. You can't trust those people. Those allies, they'll turn on you. They only turn on you if you have done something massively wrong. And you've included people that have also done things that are massively wrong. Is it any surprise, right? Is it any surprise? And again, there was no pardon. And that's, I think, what Flynn was hoping for. He didn't get no pardon. So, and a pardon is not coming. And if it did, it would have looked really, really suspicious. So I think there's a lot of people in the administration that were like, don't do it. Don't do it. So, yeah. If Flynn wants to say, and he has been saying, that Trump kind of left me out to twist in the wind, well, that's absolutely true. Okay. And you can understand why he's now working together with Robert Mueller. And the information that he has could be devastating to the Trump campaign. And I believe he knows it. I think that Trump is scared shitless of this investigation and the fact that Mueller is coming for him by actually making the people around him turn. So that's going to make him, of course, feel more paranoid and more belligerent. And so we'll probably see that on Twitter. So again, all you have to do is watch his Twitter account and you can kind of get his frame of mind, or state of mind that he's in. So so he knew, again, he had the idea. He was right. Flynn did turn, and now we're going to see what kind of damaging information he has on the president, I think, within the next coming weeks. So you get your popcorn, guys. It's going to be an interesting / bumpy ride. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.